Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Momentary Flux, where we're doing Factorio, Minimalist Factory with Bob's Mods. I think I've got my technical difficulty with my microphone fixed, so we can continue on from this point. I believe I am getting set to make electronics components, which are going to be next in line in my my little bus here. First things first, what I want to do is I want to grab some of these basic circuit boards, all of them, and I'm going to dump them in this box that uses them to make read signs. I'm going to keep a couple just in case I need them to build something. This extra piece of wood, get rid of it. Okay, so these are what I'm going to make. Basic electronics components. They require carbon and tinned wire. So tinned wire requires copper and tin. Fair enough. I think these could be made in those small assemblers too. These guys, electronics assembling machines. So let's make some of those. We have a couple. Okay, let's leave a few spaces. Actually, what I'll do. It's getting interrupted by technology. Lithium, nope. There's oil processing. That'll allow me to make a refinery. Okay. Oh man, where was I? I swear to God that getting interrupted by technology all the time is it really throws me off sometimes. Okay. Well, one thing I can do for sure is I'm not going to extend the wood quite yet because I'm not sure if I'm going to need it. I definitely know I'm going to need some of this stuff. Let's bring it out a little bit. And metal belts. So this is tin down here, so tinned wire is definitely going to need that extended. Okay. Grab all the belts. Do a little check. Hey, look at that. Our system's working just good, just fine. Looks like wood's getting backed up as well. Yeah, so we're gonna fill up that box, then things are gonna lock up again. But that's okay, because if this box is full, then as the man pulls it out, it should be fine. All right, my little belt template there is no longer needed. Let's extend these out. We'll leave a couple of spaces, and then we'll start. That's just going to be my line saying that's what we're going over. Okay, got an achievement for that. Great. Let's do research speed. Get that going. I don't think there's anything that's critical. I would like to have the circuit network, and logistics 2 leads to a lot of things that I'm going to need, like trains. Oops, I just chose that, didn't I? But I think for now, let's get research going faster. Since we're going for minimalism, we're going to try to make do with the least amount possible that's still reasonable, that's still fast and efficient and scalable. Okay, so let's go with these are just templates. I'm not sure what I'm going to need yet, but there's two. Okay, we'll align the bottoms here. Okay. So this kind of the builds for these remind me of the green circuits from the regular version for tinned wire. So if these are copper, let's look at these real quick. So it makes 2 for every half second, and these make 3 for every half second, and require 3 copper. So 3 of these into, is that right? Well, 2 into 1, I should say. 3 to 2. So 2 into 1, 3 to 2. Yeah. So we'll do this. need one input here, don't I? But we do need we need tin, and then we need output. And output will go down. I'm trying to think if this should actually output's going to go up because we're just going to feed this in directly into you know, since we're doing minimalism here, I think let's leave room for more, but not put it in there until we need to. So let's just, as a ghost, we'll leave that there. And this will be our, okay, carbon, and then, got it. I'm sitting here contemplating, wondering if I should just feed these directly into, nah, because these, I'm going to need more of these. We'll just make it a line. Okay. That'll be our output. Can pick this up now. We're going to need, oh, sorry. Going to need one input for copper, one input for carbon. I think 4 of these should be more than enough. These generate 5 at a time. Yeah. For every carbon and tin copper wire, these generate 5. So yeah, that's going to be a massive amount coming out of here. Oops. Son of a bitch. Okay. My aim is not very good today, apparently. And then outputs over here. This one down. Okay. Tin needs to come up here. I wouldn't make this scalable, actually. I think tin needs to come here. So we'll bring this out one more tile. Can't see anything. I'm gonna need to build some lights. I'm sure if I can't see, you won't be able to see on YouTube as well. I think I inhaled some coffee. Not good. Okay, so we're gonna do some inputs. I really want to make these blue, but I'll have to come back through and replace everything. Alright, we're going to add some output. We're gonna have one on the inside, one on the outside eventually. Oh, that's the technology I need to do. And then we need tin coming in. Alright, so there's tin. Intergram that. Copper. Yeah. Inserter drop set. Inserter rotation. I'm not sure which one of these gets. We'll just do them both. I'm not sure which one gets the ability to do on the inside of the belt and the outside of the belt. Okay, what's the other thing I need? Carbon. Okay, carbon's down here. I don't really like this squiggliness of these lines, but it's going to make do for now, and then they'll all be rebuilt later. Connect everything up, get some power. Some more inserters. I'm going to have to build some more. Let's max those out. I'm going to build some more blue inserters. as these come through. What am I missing? Iron. What else am I missing? I'm almost out of copper. So much tin, I don't know what to do with it all. Okay. Some iron, some copper. Oops. Let's check this here. Oops. Yeah, near side of the belt, great. I'm gonna want that. So that was the technology I was looking for. Let's do some fluid handling. I'm slowly trying to work on the stuff that I need for oil processing. There's a lot to it. I'm going to also want to work on things that are needed for solar. Yeah, my power is really... I'm going to have to deal with that. As soon as I finish this, I'm going to go deal with power. Okay, so I got some fast inserters. I'm going to want the fast inserters on the output. So what I want to do is I want some long-handed drop near side of the belt for 2 of them, and then long-handed drop outside of the belt for 2 of them. Okay. Just to keep things on the same plane here. So we want outside of the belt, near side of the belt, and then this one's near side of the belt as well. Okay, let's turn that off. And for now, I need some more regular inserters. So advanced oil processing, which allows me to do cracking and some other stuff, that requires blue science. Won't be doing blue science for a while. There's so much more. It's so much more involved in Bob's mods. I mean, my estimate is Bob's mods adds about 4 times the complexity of the regular standard game. There's just so much more to it. Okay, so what do I want? That is the question. I don't see plastic and stuff. Let me do a search. And I want to work my way towards plastic. So what am I missing? I'm missing chemical plants. Let's get that going. Okay, so we're gonna need we're gonna need inputs on this side and inputs on this side. And we need power. Up and hey, there we go. Electronic components are being made. Just want to keep everything on the same level here, so I will put a box for collecting these here on the same level. And we need an inserter to pick those up. Okay, there we go. You know, I hadn't considered the need for fuel for these guys. Makes an interesting dilemma. I've got room here on this side where I could, you know, I could bring that wood up. Okay, here we go. So let's get plastic. Plastic's going to take a while, so I won't get interrupted. It's looking like really we only need 1 of these furnaces. I mean, granted, I've got things pulling out at a slow speed, but I'm only getting 1 furnace going. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull 1 of these furnaces for now. And I'm going to bring wood up here to fuel. To fuel this furnace. This is going to replace by electric as soon as possible. well, power is going to be a major problem very soon, where I'm going to be spending all of my time working on power. That's just how it goes. Power crisis. I've already neglected it too long. It's going to come back to haunt me. Nighttime reminds me I wanted to make some lights to sprinkle around the base so that you guys don't have as much problem seeing. I definitely need more. Let's see. I need some faster inserters. This is ridiculous. Okay, as soon as some of those get made. Put some lights in some random locations. Get things lit up a bit. That is just a solid block of things. Here. There. Okay. That's enough. Get my fast inserter so that these will collect faster. Oops, wrong way. Put one here as well. And one here. Okay, we are almost there. We need one more little setup to make basic electronic boards. We have all the components that we need now, which I will be sending down a little tiny mini bus across the bottom here. But first things first, I need to deal with power. Power is, yeah, it's getting almost to the red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade all of the steam engines and boilers. Before I go up there, I know I'm going to need more stone bricks. I'm probably going to need a bunch of steel. So I'm just going to gather some supplies. There's my steel box. That should be more than enough. And check on stone bricks to make sure they're still going. I think I dumped some coal into it. So it might have either maxed out or run out. Here we go. Oh, that's lead. Oh, there we go. This still has some coal. Oh yeah. I have a ridiculous amount of coal. So we got stone bricks, steel, iron. Might need a little bit more iron. I'm gonna grab some pipes. Since the steam engines require pipes to build. Or actually, you know what? I better check to make sure there's nothing special I'm gonna need. Okay, so boilers, steel pipes, steel. Yeah, just a lot of steel basically. I'm gonna grab some more. Okay, we're good. I don't need those kind of pipes. I need steel pipes. Run up to our power production. Follow the line. Here we go. So I'm just going to try to do one at a time so I don't end up with a bunch of extra old steam engines that I don't need. I guess I could start at the end. Alright, I'm just going to yank 5 of them, I think. Oh, I guess that's not the end. Oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our power's going to take a hit, but it's only going to be for a moment. There will be a momentary flux in our power. Hey. Okay. And that's sort of the line, you know, my username, or my online name, Momentary Flux. I was reading a book about submarines. Let me cancel that. Cancel. I was reading a book about submarines, and I was thinking, you know, the easiest way to come up with a username for online would just be to take whatever's next, whatever adjective and noun comes next that I'm reading. And I was reading about a submarine, and there was a problem on the submarine, and it said, and then there was a momentary flux in the power for the submarine. And I'm like, momentary flux, perfect, that works for me. And so I basically adopted that and started using that ever since. I think it works on a lot of levels. So I think it's a good username for online, and I don't think anyone else is really using it. So it works. Okay, so I got 6 steam engines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am going to end up with 1 extra, but that's all right. I will put it in a box and probably shoot it at some point to get rid of it. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's any... okay, so maximum power output on these is 840 kilowatts versus 510 kilowatts. So we're adding like another 40% or so, a third, 40% maybe, to our power. So I got 2 sets, and then okay, I'm just gonna grab these. I know this, our power is suffering, but that's okay. 3, 4, 5. Keeping 1 on the cursor so that I don't have to go searching in my inventory for them. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's hard to tell the difference, but these ones have like a little red tinge to them that these don't have, the Mark IIs. Okay, now this is going to kill power completely for a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we also have to upgrade the boilers. There we go. Okay. So this is definitely going to improve our power situation, but I do need to upgrade the boilers too to keep pace. So, where are those? Okay, so we got plastic, and we're going to need sulfur. I think it's interesting with Bob's mods because you can see, like, for instance, this version of oil processing does not produce heavy oil. This one doesn't produce light oil. So you can pick which sort of... This one doesn't produce petroleum gas whatsoever. So you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do. This one produces light, heavy petroleum and sulfur. The one that, I'll talk more about it when I get there, but this is the one that I usually pick, is the heavy oil, because heavy oil is needed for petroleum, or excuse me, for lubricant and some other stuff. The sulfur dioxide is needed for making sulfuric acid, and it's used directly by a few things. And then the petroleum gas is used primarily just to make plastic. I think it might be used maybe for one other thing, but yeah, it's not used extensively like it is in the standard version, the unmodified version of the game. Okay, anyway, I wanted to choose sulfur and upgrade these, and then after I upgrade these, I gotta end the episode. I'm pretty sure I've already gone well over. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick these up. there's 15 of them. I don't go with 14, I go with 15 just because it's 3 right clicks instead of having to fine-tune your clicking. I just go with 1 extra. It doesn't hurt. Okay, just waiting for those to pop up. Wait for them to finish. Take a sip of coffee while I'm waiting. All right. 5 to go. 3, 2, 1. And there we go. Power is back. Everybody's getting water. That'll build up. Actually, you know, I do have 3 pumps? Yeah, I do have 3 pumps. Okay, good. Just gonna keep an eye on this for a second here to make sure everything is working correct. Temperature hit 100. Yeah, it looks like we're going about half on our power, so that means we probably have about 14 megawatts max power. I'm going to run up to the end here to make sure that there's water, that performance is maximum. Okay, yeah, it's only using half of its max, and water is actually steady, it looks like, around 7. Okay, good enough. It's working. I don't think I'd want to add any more steam engines. The drop off there goes pretty quick, and you get this weird effect where if you have too many, they'll fill up and then they'll suck it down when you hit max power, and then they won't ever recover. So we don't want that. Back to the factory. We need to get rid of those. Get the long power poles now. Okay. So just as a reminder for myself, and just as a little peek into what's going to happen next, I'm going to fix this. Just going to get rid of that extra now that we have the power poles, that we can do the coverage, and then we're going to make circuits. Alright. So that's the end of this episode. Thanks a lot, everyone, for watching, and if you like it, hit like. Please subscribe if you want to keep going. You can be one of my first subscribers. It would really be appreciated. Okay, we'll see you next episode. Thanks.